Oh, wait, before we go to the topic, we're going to talk to Mr. Campbell right now, Andrew Campbell. And I just want to remember now, a couple of weeks ago, two little boys, one 7-year-old, one 8-year-old, living in Westmoreland, find somewhere for trick a woman for put them on bus. It was reported. And I met the bus carry them go Montego Bay. After them come off in a Montego Bay in I town, then I transportation center, a little boy them work them way, walk go over to the Montego Bay International Airport and with the intention of trying to get on a plane for go foreign. And of course, I'm couldn't just walk through, so them figure out a way for go around through the back road, whatever, this and that. Anyway, work them way, pan the airstrip, and they are flag down the plane. A pilot take a taxi now ready for take off. See these two little boys, pan the airstrip, a flag down plane for start like them a start minibus or route taxi. Pilot calling quick and said, there's two little boys out here flag down the plane them. The big old, you can imagine the two little that them under the big old monster plane them and thing. And them they are flag down plane. Them say, the plane wind strong. Blow down the picnic them, The boy then get up back and do better than still a flag down the plane because them half left. You understand? The plane wind blow them down again, blow them down flat again, then get up back again and still a flag down the plane. Police run go down there quick, pick up the two boys, ask them what them I do down there. They look at boy and tell them not do nothing better than tell them say I foreign them want go and thing. And poor thing, then just think they could have reached airport and flag down a plane and catch a ride, same way them do with taxi and thing like that. Anyway, we have the father of one of those boys with us right here now. We're going to give you a look of reason for me to kind of better understand what's going on because people, have been flabbergasted about this and are bewildered and shocked and amazed that you could have this series of events that culminated in these little boys on the airstrip attempting to do, what they did. And we're just going to ask one of the fathers to see if he could better, if he could help us to better understand that which occurred with them. Good morning to you, Mr. Campbell.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, man. And if you're near a radio, we're going to ask you for mover from it, yeah?
All right.
All right, then. So, hear me now. Are you the father of, we're not going to call their names for obvious reasons, to protect them, okay? But are you the father of the 7-year-old or the 8-year-old?
8-year-old.
8-year-old. Can you, we have things reported in the media and thing, and sometimes, the media try its best to get it as accurate as possible, but sometimes they probably don't get it. So I was just asking you if you could just tell us what exactly occurred with these two boys. Yes.
Well, the day when the dispute go on,
Yeah.
I was at the market, the fish market for sell fish.
Yeah, you sell fish.
So,
all right.
But normally, to me know my kids them normally go to school. Me normally try to reach home as me so me can assist them as them reach at home. You understand?
All right. See?
So when me reach home, the first thing me look on the door, me see the lock. So me say, no, my son down the here. And me hear him mother tell him this man, so the first thing you do when I leave from school, come home.
Yeah.
That's the first thing me hear mother told him. So when me see the door lock and me don't see him around, me took up the phone right away and me call him grandparents them for normally. More time him come around and we stop by him two grandmother, look for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we call around at the grandparents, them get to understand them never really there around here neither.
See it.
Yeah, so we pick up the phone and call him mother and call the uncle that get to know to the radio station.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody come along and me start explaining and tell them, say, well, you don't came home, so it seems like something go wrong.
Yeah.
So through the mother kind of know him have one or two friends, you understand?
Yeah.
They kind of check the yards, see if you know, they are not friend them yard.
Yeah.
I know they are the grandparents them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, them move at it at the moment. Yeah, and them didn't really see him, but we keep on search. So the search was over. We try to kind of cool on the search. We kind of head to the station now.
Yeah.
But me did at home at the time. So I carried us drive up, showed for my baby mother. And a lady came out the car and said, boy, if me have a son name, you understand?
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So I say, yeah, man. And I we just a check for me came from work and me and mother say, come home from school and me don't see him, so me get worried.
Yeah.
You understand, yeah. But when me get to understand now, say, for you, they will go to school, school kids, we send them to school every day,
Right.
Yeah, so at the moment when they do that, they were in their uniform. Go to school, leave school, go by the park, Well, the bus what carry them now. I hear the fall. Me want to say the fall come from.
You mean the bus will carry them from Westmoreland, from Sav to Montego Bay?
Yeah.
Tell me, how them get Panda bus if you go Montego Bay? Because them can't have the money for pay.
Well, when me question my 8-year-old, it's like, if I make me know, so boy, they make a leave, get them on the bus then. So I turn to him and say, so I'm to the driver or the doctor or backup man. They don't say our kids can run through and I get to understand, so we don't have no parents decide at the moment.
No, but when tell the lady, if you make the lady feel that she must take up 2 strange kids, pan the bus and carry them go Montego Bay. Well,
it seems like him tell the lady, them going Bay.
Them going Montego Bay?
Yeah, them going Montego Bay.
And them probably not have no fear or something like so?
Well, it seems like the other youth did have $100.
Oh.
That's what the teacher know. When we get to the teacher and them thing and them start giving a little rundown, they make me know the other little one did have $100, so they use that as fear.
Oh.
So I asked my son, say, no, even reach a mobile at the park, you cannot reach by the airport, for the bus not going to care by the airport.
Right.
The bus going to stop you at the park. How you get to reach by the airport? Well, he said when they reached by the park and came outside, paid the bus man and everything, there were a plane were coming in. A plane were coming in. You understand?
Oh, them see the plane and land.
Yeah, them hear the sound of the plane and them see it.
Yeah.
So they just keep that track with the plane in the air moving and you understand?
Oh, so them see where the plane are go, so them just going in that direction.
Yeah, them going in that direction.
Okay.
No, them could have reached by the gate to part of security. So the main part, I said them reach a more precise like the a part where like water there and a wall in.
Yeah.
So
well on. You said so them couldn't get through past security and immigration.
No, them never quite reach up that part.
Oh, them never reached there, so okay.
No.
Okay.
There's a part by the airport where like a sea part.
Yeah, I know our way, yes.
Yeah, with a little railing, like wall railing.
Yeah.
So it seems like I hear them kind of chat.
Okay, seeing.
Get across there and get to the bush side and get to the fence side and get themselves. No, the security, you mean what them walk and them thing there. The security, them really could, you understand?
Yeah.
Figure 2 kids like that, they say, boy, I wouldn't really fit them fault, or, you understand?
Right.
Yeah. But you know, kids get a little trouble at time. Their brain push them where they also go at time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they feel like precisely like I dare say them walk and end up over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened when them reach pan the airstrip now where they plane them? What them do?
Well, when they reach on the airstrip where the plane is, my son I make me know for. You understand?
Yeah.
It's like them say, boy, them see the plane there, man. Them a try to flag down the plane as what the pilot said. You understand?
Yeah.
For is a man, if me not try to get deeply in me, we try to hide even 1 or 2 things from him. But true, him know say me that true man, you understand?
Yeah.
Question him, you have to try to give me everything.
Yeah.
So me try to get everything. Yeah. Them say the plane a blow.
Yeah.
And blow down the other little one, you understand?
Uh-huh.
And the other little one get up and it blew him down again.
Okay.
Now tell me about see himself, you know. You understand?
Oh.
Try to get out see himself one side out of it. You understand?
Okay.
Me know say I two of them.
Yes it.
I two of them the plane keep on blow on.
Yeah.
So when the pilot came up and sort them out and him said the pilot get them inside and show them 1 or 2 things.
I never police come pick them up.
Well, that was call the security.
Okay.
And the security hand them over like to the law.
But it was the pilot who saw them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the pilot who saw them.
Okay.
So them call the security and the them carry them in the plane. The son said them carry them and show them 1 or 2 things, you understand?
Yeah.
Before them get them out of the compound and then hand them over to the law, you understand?
Yeah, but tell me something now. When you talk to your son, when them a leave Savalamar, them a leave Savalamar for go to the plane, or that them leave Savalamar for go to?
Yes.
Oh, see?
Because they say 2 of them they at school and then suggest say them all look for a plane.
Okay.
Them all look for a plane up here, you understand?
Oh, okay.
You know our kids, they really make them brain push them that way for really. So them all look for a plane and really go. So he must say the other little one, I tell him, the 7-year-old tell him, say, he have mother foreign.
So he have mother foreign?
He have mother foreign.
The 7-year-old I said that?
7-year-old tell my son, say, his mother foreign.
Right,
Or one of my mother they are foreign or whatsoever. So I say, no, the lady who care more my mother.
Right.
Can him have a mother foreign?
Yeah.
He said, the youth said, no, you have an ex-mother foreign.
Uh-huh.
Well, me don't know if I have some from a family and he just claim it that way, you understand?
Right.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Mm.
So the idea was to go to that mother foreign?
The idea, well, is to try to reach to that mother foreign then.
Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
But one of the things that confuse people, you know, my dopes, is that, you know, when Pitney Alla go a road and then see a car come, then jump back because they're afraid of car and then something. So people somehow kind of confused as to what would have drive them to be so determined for reach the airport and them thing that them leave school and forgot about Uno and just gone, so them want to go foreign.
Well, Shanti.
Yeah.
Shanti, yeah. Well, to be truth, yeah, my little 8-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a thing like this. From before him even born with his mother, you understand?
Yeah.
His mother did kind of have a little stress. You understand?
Yeah.
So it seemed like at times, when them can't go doctor, so it like doctor, it didn't make me know, same kind of, when his mother have him in belly, like his mother is stressed, so they kind of get a little feedback from that, you understand?
Yeah.
So at time we came to the doc still, and we kind of get like, pills him to kind of calm him down a little, that means him don't do anything outrageous.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But maybe at the time, to my brain, maybe he would want him pills. You understand?
Okay.
But after the incident, which I make him get him pill and him calm and go to school and everything came back to normal. Okay. No problem or you understand? But you know, more time in life, you understand?
Yeah.
More time a little thing happen, maybe you didn't even have the financial at the moment to take care of the youth the right and proper way, you understand?
You see it,
and now it's cheer them in on whatever little what I'm earning.
Yeah.
Try to do my best, try to make them have them meals, try to school them, try to treat them the best type of way.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Well, you know what, we're glad you give it a reason because you know. You see when people hear something and them don't and then don't understand why, what people do is fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
And sometimes in filling in the blanks, you get the thing incorrect.
Yeah.
And with this, because people are naturally and instinctively protective of children.
Yeah.
And they see it as a parent's responsibility to protect the children.
Sure.
Unfortunately, a whole heap of remarks pass about what the parents were doing with these two children. So in hearing you explain yourself right, you know, people are going to get a better fullness of what really go on.
Yeah, that's right.
Understand and think. And I would sincerely hope that they would be less likely to judge you, the parents, and thing, in a way that is inaccurate. And thing. Because when I hear from you, is a man who love your youth.
Of
and
course.
do what you can do for your youth. And make sure your youth go to school every day and go sell a look fish and also for your family and for your youth.
Right now, I eat me up on the fish thing, but you have to talk to you. I just going to put it just in me finish talk to you.
Man.
That's the way I earn for my youth them.
Yeah, man.
Understand?
So respect for that link there and for come all the reason you with me and thing. So how are they right now?
Well, they're fine enough. My son now too. His grandmother, they get him back over the hospital.
Hold on. Talk again, yeah.
Everything all right with them. The two daughters, one at school and one at home. One a baby.
Hold on. The coverage of your phone like it a move. I don't know if you move a while ago or something. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I not really hear you too clearly, auntie.
Yeah, hear me?
No, come, move again.
Yeah.
All right, no, go on talk.
Yeah, man. Well, one gone at school right now, but my son, his grandmother take him over to the hospital yesterday with a car to get through with a little system for. We have to get him to the doctor on a day and run like a little brain scan. And you understand?
Yeah, hold on there. Something like gone with the coverage. We did I hear you clear. And it get messed up here.
Yeah, all right.
We are hear you now.
Well, now I can know my son, his grandmother, he came to go to the doctor yesterday. You understand?
Right.
With a car that he can get through certain things that we need to run a little test from him, you understand? But
Right.
I need to tell about the financial.
Right,
That's
right.
why I never reach at it yet, you understand?
Right, right.
And the type of work what me do, me kind of get a little finger injured by one of the bone.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
So me have to kind of just back a little time to get the finger better, if we can move ahead now towards the youth situation.
Oh, saying.
Yeah.
Saying.
Yeah.
But, all right, here's the plan right now. You see,
Yeah.
as you go on with them tests, you know, me, Raga, I tell you, as a man and as a parent to Auntie, me, I tell you, with my little knowledge of this and you know, I'm familiar with some things, that your child, you know, they did something extraordinary, something unusual. But as you, that your son did something extraordinary and very unusual, right?
Yeah.
However, as you do the test them, may I encourage you to make sure that the test them know what they must say and don't rush.
Raga.
Yo.
Give me a moment. If sound kind of get low to me, if my phone I turn down with my finger, right?
All right. You hear me now? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What may I say? You see, as you do your test, as you do the test them with the youth,
Yes, sir.
I want you to keep in mind that on some level, even though your son did something extraordinary and highly unusual, that be careful that nobody guide you into thinking that your son's sick or something wrong with him or something like that. You understand?
No.
All right, then. Because picnic, you know, and them will do some unusual thing, and it don't necessarily mean something wrong with them, and them need medication for the rest of them life.
Well, Raga, that's what I keep on tell the other set of family, but to them to feel so more settled, they would like me to do that. You understand?
Right, I understand. But what I say is, based on the Jamaican culture, it is real easy for us. We are actually trained and socialized to think that something wrong with the picnic or somebody do something with the picnic and all them something there. And me, I tell you, say, if them things that come up at you, I want you look out for them because nothing can go so, right? And because if you go believe it now, you're going to start relate to the picnic as if something wrong with him. And it's going to become what people refer to as a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then them going to grow up with that type of thinking in our mind. But just as I look out for that, here.
Exactly.
All right, my king. So enough respect for the reasoning, and we just want to say blessings and strength to you and your family and mothers and the two youth them and everything. And we're glad they could have given like a full 100 pound walk on with you and them and thing. Here?
Yeah, man.
All right. We have your link and things. So if anything, we'll just get a little shout out and check in. Here?
Yeah, man.
All right, Papa.
All right, respect, sir.
Yeah, man.